Hello, everyone. My name is John Osita. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm here joined by the cast of Shape of Things, which being none other than Jacob Little, Luis Guzman, Chelsea Campbell, Lucas Miller, and Gracie Holland. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Yeah. Well, it's great to have you guys here. For those of you who are returners, welcome back. And those who are your first time, hopefully you like our studio. It's great to have you guys here. So let's just kind of get right into it. Obviously, this show is it's a pretty different show from what we've seen so far in the in this theater season, but it covers a lot of really deep themes, and a lot of heavy topics. How has that been a challenge for you guys, and how are you guys able to manage it? Anyone can answer that one. It's just whoever wants to take that one. you're good.
I think for me, just, at the end of the show, it's been a hard process throughout the show, like the 2 hours doing it. I think just making sure, especially with Luis, that we kind of look out for each other and kind of tap each other out of it, so we don't stay in that heavy topic or down emotion the whole time. And I think just kind of looking out for each other throughout the whole process of the show, to make sure while we're getting the intentions across and while we're being emotionally vulnerable throughout the whole process, that we are still recognizing each other for who we are outside of the show. And I think having such heavy topics as this one is, being able to support each other outside in the rehearsal process and just throughout our day is very important.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys really do seem like you've grown a lot closer through this experience, and especially in such a small place that is Fletcher Theater.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, it's Fletcher, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, this is a second stage production, which is it's a lot different from a main stage. But how is a production on a second stage different from what you usually see in somewhere like Buckner?
So, is that okay, Lucas? Okay. Let Lucas go first. Let Lucas go first. Yeah.
Well, the biggest difference between Fletcher and Buckner is that it's a theater in the round. Well, yeah, theater in the round. So our stage is circular, and it's more difficult to play to. It poses more of a challenge rather to play to all the corners compared to just straightforward. Also, the rehearsal time is shorter, but it really gets things moving, and it gets the ball rolling really fast. It's a great process.
Awesome. That's great. I have a couple questions for the individuals of all y'all. So I guess the first one I'll throw right to Jacob. Jacob, this is your directorial debut for shows here at FSC.
Yes.
Congratulations. We've had you in here before as the lead for Bobby Strong back in Urinetown, but how would you say how has this experience been for you? How has being a director suited you so far?
It's been pretty crazy. I had a good 10.5 months to play around with the show, work on it, get it in my head. But you get there the first day and you're like, wow, completely different. But being in rehearsals with all these guys, getting able to see everything that was in my head up on a stage, that's a really special feeling. And I hope that they've enjoyed working with me as much as I've enjoyed working with them. Particularly, working with them with acting, working with them on the show. I feel like they've just grown so much into the characters. And when I watch them on stage, it's like I'm watching Chelsea be Evelyn, I'm watching Luis be Adam, I'm watching Gracie be Jenny, and I'm watching Philip be Lucas be Philip. So it's really nice. Yeah.
And speaking of characters, Luis, you are the main character of this show, I believe, right? You play Adam, Adam's such a complex character. How would you describe him?
Oh, that's a crazy question. I love it. And it's also a homework question, so Jacob's gonna be judging whatever I say. But I see him as such a not an outgoing person, such a shy person that is just held to himself, never has been really seeing his life like passing by rather than really taking action over what he has been doing during like before what happened before the show. And even during the show we can see him like be kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna do it, like just go with the flow of things, you know. And I think he never like really felt like he loved a lot of people, he had a lot of crushes, you know. Feel like a lot of men can relate with that. But nothing has worked, you know, for him. But I feel like in this show, Evelyn is finally like the first person who has ever like really wanted him and like wanted more from like more than just like a friend, you know. And so it's a pretty like complex character. Also had to shave for it, so that was fun.
Ooh, I'm sure there's some choice words on that one for you, Jacob. But we'll just move right on to Chelsea. Chelsea, you play Evelyn, right? And Evelyn, she kind of kicks off the plot of the story from what I've been seeing from all this. But tell us about your character and your journey with her and that whole mess of it.
So, Evelyn has been one of the most realistic characters I've ever played, as in like personality type or just, you know, the way she walks or stuff like that. I feel like in those ways I've been able to kind of connect with her, at least on her more surface level base. Obviously, when you watch the show, you'll see things and you'll like notice things about her that you could kind of play off that she's a terrible person or that she might be kind of, you know, with malicious intent. But a point that Jacob kind of, when we had our like one-on-one talk, he kind of questioned, is she the villain? Is she as terrible as, you know, this play might make her to seem, or like just her in scenes, like is she as terrible as she looks out to be? And I think that's a really neat question to kind of, you know, question the whole time, especially for myself, coming into a character where I was kind of intimidated by her. I found myself struggling to connect with her just because of the, you know, the way she's written and the way that she shows herself to be. It's been challenging trying to find where I connect to her, but I think taking that question to a bigger scale and questioning, is she bad? Is she, you know, this terrible person, has made me kind of understand her intentions and understand her motivations as to why she does the things she does. And, you know, at the end of the day, I just think me as an actor discovering who she is and her intentions has been one of the most captivating things about this process. So,
well, I'm sure you'll do a fantastic job. You really seem to have a good grasp on who this person is, and
hope so.
I'm really excited to see how that plays out, even though they might be a little darker. I'm sure you'll do a phenomenal job.
Yes.
But in contrast, Gracie, you play sorry, I'm forgetting the name. Jenny?
Jenny, yeah.
Jenny. Okay, so you play Jenny, and Jenny is from what I've read so far is like this kind-hearted, softer character. What's that like to kind of just be more of a light of a character in an otherwise darker show?
Yeah, it's been super fun. It's been a great opportunity to dive into the role of Jenny. You know, on the outside, she's a really sweet and kind person, but she goes through a lot of stuff in the show like everyone else. But I think something that's very admirable about her personality is how she keeps her kind and soft personality with her, even though she's going through all this like conflict and stuff. So I don't know, I think that's what makes her so special. She just keeps that kindness to her. So, yeah.
Amazing. And I guess that moves on to Mr. Lucas over there. Lucas, compared to the last show you were in, which was Tuna Christmas, I believe, this is a very different tone in terms of shows. How would you say, what's been the biggest challenge for you in your approach to this show versus the last one you've been in?
So honestly, this show has been a lot easier than Tuna, because it's one character and they're very they're hyper realistic characters, which makes them hard in a sense, but easier than, I don't know. It makes them hard in a sense because when you're acting, you're trying to put on a character, and it's hard when these hyper realistic characters are there because you're like, how do you act yourself type of a thing.
Yeah.
Because I found so many similarities between me and Philip in the show, and I'm trying to like bring those out, but I'm like, wait, I still have to act through this. Like, I can't just be me on stage. I have to be me with Philip on stage. But this has definitely been a lot easier than Tuna, A, because it's one character compared to the 9. But no, it's also been a fun rehearsal process. Like, Jacob's definitely helped like cultivate our characters, and like he's helped guide us through our like creative process of creating each character, and just picking out what makes the character the character. And it's just been a really easy process. Like, there's definitely personal liberties that we've been able to take, but there's like he's helped us a lot with creating these characters, which is great.
So that's it sounds like it's going to be a phenomenal show, and I can't wait to see it personally. And I'm sure everyone at this school will be absolutely floored by this performance. I know I definitely will be. And that brings me to the next thing. You guys can make sure you guys go see it by buying tickets at fsc.universitytickets.com. It'll be opening Thursday night. Make sure you guys all go see it. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys have been absolutely amazing. You guys are the best. Hopefully we can see more of you guys in the future. And back to you guys. Thank you for watching.